Okay, so I knew something didn't look right. So now... Only me. Only me. This only happens to me. This only happens to me. Alright, I think we're good to go. I was so unprepared to stream today. This was such an impromptu decision. This was like impulsive as heck. Not gonna lie to you. Alright. I feel good now. Sick. Alright. Oh, I was so not prepared to stream today. Literally within the last 30 minutes, I made the decision of, yeah, I would like to stream Dicey Dungeons today. And here we are. And here we are. So yeah. But like I said last time, the goal for today, Inventor. And, you know, once again, similar to last time, this is a one attempt stream. If I lose in 5 minutes, sucks for you, I'm done. And that's just the way it is. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to play the game. Okay, the way that Inventor works, current gadget, but otherwise we have like normal cards, right? Wait, is this a passive effect? Like if I just do one. Oh! Wait, what? No shot. Can I do this? Ooh. I so forgot how to play as Inventor. I should have did a practice round if I was gonna do a one attempt stream, but I was like, nah, I got it. Yikes, that sucks. Yo, it just... Where's my mouse? It just... Burn! Get burned, stupid! What? I so didn't need to do that. Actually, yes, I did. What am I talking about? Actually, no, I didn't. Because if we would have used pea shooter, then it would have been fine. I forgot that's how Inventor works, and now we get a different gadget. True. Oh, you throw away one of your cards? Oh, that sucks. I forgot that's how this worked. I thought it was you just get a random... you get a random gadget every single time. Great. So that basically means, which cards do you hate? Which cards do you want to get rid of? Hammer, good. Pea shooter is not bad, but it's not great if we have hammer in tandem with spanner. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get dice that total to 6. Well, I say that. You might roll 2 1s. So in that, well, even then, in that event that you roll 2 1s, it's not like you can really do much with pea shooter. Because that's 5 total to do 2 damage, but you keep it forever. But I guess there's no reason to want to keep it forever now, is there? Because you only have a limited number of dice anyway. And I don't think we have a limit break that generates dice, question mark? I should have checked that. I'm not gonna lie, maybe pea shooter is not that good. If this is what the end of every battle is gonna be like, I'm so sorry in advance. But I'm like, hammer and spanner is just good. Combine dice for bigger damage as well as chance for shock. Whereas you could theoretically pour 5 dice into pea shooter and do 2 damage as opposed to doing 5. That may not make logical sense, but I know it makes logical sense to me. Let's take a look at some stuff. Yeah, you just have cards. And we can have more cards. Toggle gadget preview. Ah, and then it tells you what that card would become if it were to become a gadget. Okay, sick. Whoop. Okay, sick. Real quick, let me check something. Okay, sick. Sorry. Card. We need a lot of these. More countdown. See, I just hate countdown cards, but I think that's a me thing. This is not, no, because what if something's resistant to fire? But this is still fine. Well, deal 6 damage. No, because it's a countdown of 8. I mean, duh, I'm gonna take it, but I'm like, that sucks. I hate that. Like, I like shock because I don't think any enemy in the game resists shock. Same goes for weaken. Fire, ice, and poison, I believe, can all be resisted. Although I think maybe freeze can't be resisted. So that's why I'm very impartial to, like, fire. But, bruh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna pray to God and see what happens. Womp. It's okay, true. This is like, well, no, because I feel like it's best to always flood dice into one thing, which probably means that we're getting rid of staff at the end of the battle. But if I combine these, like, yeah, I could do 5 electric damage here, or just lower this by 5. I don't feel like putting separate dice into different things will really do a whole lot for me. Because it's like, wow, do 3 shock damage, make this go down by 2. Although I guess that makes it so that I am still doing damage, but I don't have to rely on, like, rolling a 6 and a 2 to want to use staff. But I guess I don't care about staff, though. That's the thing. I really don't care about staff. So, like, why use it? Oh, especially when this is this guy. He'll take like 5 turns just to roll a total of 20 anyway. Oh. Wait, let me not speak too soon. Actually. Yeah. Oh, I win! Yay. Sick. Well, I wonder what we're getting rid of. You receive more stuff. Very happy about that. More cards, speaking of which. Oh, this is just good. I like this. That's just good. This is just damage. If we can upgrade this, if we can upgrade this, I think it'll just make it smaller, but still, or it'll be like blank damage plus 1 or 2 or something. This is good, in tandem with Spanner especially. Although I guess Sword is just hammer without the infliction of shock. So actually, no, Sword is bad. I lied. Sword sucks. Okay. I'll hear you out on that one. That's an interesting card though. Real talk. You go to card. You go to health. I would probably like 2 opportunities to heal instead of just 1 if I fight the baby squid. So I'm like, actually, let's do this. Having more cards right now also just allows us to use more dice. Speaking of which. Venus Flytrap sucks. But the freezing of dice! Ooh, now you're speaking my language. I feel that was effective. And not quite as effective as I thought. We'll take what we can get there. That's not bad. Okay, wait, if I combine these two, would it give me a 6 and a 2? Because in that case, I could hammer, sword, and snowflake. Let's go! Oh, we are so in there. Okay, I might have a synergy for Inventor. I might oh yeah, what's the limit break, by the way? All dice become 6? Okay, well that doesn't give us more dice, like I thought it did. Or like I was anxious that it did. Also, we just win, right? Correct. I can save limit break for next battle. Goodbye. Okay, all dice become 6 is kinda... Ooh. It's kinda... I might like that. We just said that sword was kinda useless. Although, it did show its weight when you use spanner and the total is more than 6. Then sword is useful. But using sword and hammer on a focus. 12 damage plus shock. 1 turn. That's pretty good damage for the Inventor. I mean, I guess I'm not super partial on Snowflake. Snowflake's just nice. It doesn't do damage, though. I might get rid of Snowflake. Because that's just freeze 1 dice guaranteed, but we do lose this forever. I might do that. Although, but even with the sword and hammer on focus, you're not always going to have focus ready. Nor will the total of your dice always be more than 6. Because in that event, sword's useless. But in the event that you do get a total between your dice of more, or between 2 dice, let me be specific, of more than 6, then yeah, sword's viable. Otherwise, I'm like, no. Real talk. And hammer is just a better sword. I'm not getting rid of hammer. I think the decision right now is between sword and snowflake. But snowflake is the most inconsequential card, or the more inconsequential card between snowflake and sword. Okay, so we have access to health. Which, actually, would I want to go to the shop? Or would I want more card? Well, we could fight Marshmallow, get access to a new card, and the shop, instead of just access to a new card by fighting Baby Squid. So actually, we're going to take this health, we're going to fight Marshmallow. What are your moves? Freeze is useful, because then he can only use 1 card per turn. Get frozen, stupid. Let's see. Well, I wonder what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because we have no reason to use focus this turn. Can I do... Haha. Okay, sword's good. Sword is good. Sword is good. We're gonna get to a point where we have to get rid of it, though. Wait! The less cards we have, the less things we have to attack with. I maybe should have fought... Well, no. I think it's fine that I only fought the, that I'm fighting the Marshmallow now. But if we want, like, a constant influx of cards, we gotta be fighting things that have treasure chests behind them. And I wasn't really thinking about that when I was fighting the Dryad. I was just like, I want more health. But that was actually not the best play to have made. What do I want to do here? I could Spanner, get back a 6 and a 2, which would be better than this 1 that I have. Or I could focus. Maybe that was a bit unnecessary, but we're always going to be taking damage, so we're always going to be building up a limit break. I feel like my decision was valid in that regard. Also, we win. But yeah, we have to have a constant stream of cards coming in. I was not thinking about that when I was fighting the Dryad. I was just like, ooh, health. Not, oh yeah, I have 3 cards. Anyway, I think it's time that we get rid of Sword. It's good, but it's not that good. Ah, but they do give us a card. Probably because we leveled up. Once per but why do these choices always suck? Well, actually Doppeldice is good again. Because we're not playing Witch. We have cards. We have cards and not a spell book. So Doppeldice is actually good again. I'm okay with Flamethrower. This isn't bad. But I'm like, once per battle kinda sucks, no? Wait, though, because why would we want more dice manipulation cards when we only have 1 attacking card? We may want 2 attacking cards at all times. That's actually a good reason to take Flamethrower. And even though that is a once per battle card, but we're also about to encounter a shop and a treasure chest, which could each give me an attacking card, so I don't have to take Flamethrower like it's my only option. Because I would rather take Doppeldice, real talk. I don't care for Flamethrower. Why would I want a card I could only use once per battle? Then that card slot is just wasted for the rest of the battle after you use it. So, what's in here? I was hoping you wouldn't be a dice manipulation card, but sure. Actually, you have a really good gadget, though. What the heck? That's good. Holy cow. I'm okay with that, though. What do y'all have that I can buy for like 4 gold? Oh. Wait, can I look at them before I buy, though? No? Great! Are you dead serious? Wait, what if I press back? Oh, okay. This is a good video game. Never mind. This is a good video game. Yes! This is what I want! Because I want to have more cards. I think 4 gold for this would be worth it. But first, let's see what else we have. Fury is nice. What is this? Oh, wow! Again. Why? And this is the thing that sucks. I literally can't get too attached to cards unless I really plan to carry it until the end of the run. This is not worth it though. 15 damage in 1 card, true. Well, 15 damage in 1 card, true. But I guess it goes back to the Flamethrower thing. That card slot, and this is a double card. This isn't even a single. That's not even a single. If I buy Crystal Sword right now, well, I could take out Lockpick because I low-key don't even care about it. I just take out Lockpick. But like, that's really 2 card slots being wasted for the rest of the battle. That's like most of the damage done on the front end. But say we take that all the way to the boss. The boss is gonna have like 70 health. We need ways to constantly do damage, not... We don't need a glass cannon build. Literally. I mean, it's in the name, but like, yeah, we don't need a glass cannon build. Glass cannon build will literally get us killed. And I see no reason to get scrap metal. Always offered as scrap. I guess this is just a card that's always offered then. I see the long-term decision to upgrade Hammer better in this entire regard. Let me check out these other ones. Ooh. Would you like 2 6? Well, why would you like 2 6s when you, on average, only have 1 attacking card? That's not really necessary. Once again, also not necessary. We really just need to make sure that we focus on our attacking cards then. Because otherwise, I don't need to upgrade anything else. I apparently plan on keeping Hammer for a while. That's the other thing. Oh, what if I can't, well, this kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. I can't get too attached to cards, especially ones I upgrade, or maybe the ones I upgrade are the ones I should be attached to, because you might have to turn it into a gadget if you find a better card later. But this is just good for right now, low-key. Well, I don't even need to do this right now, though. We could go fight first and see what card is in here. And maybe that card would be a better upgrade than Hammer would be. So we could keep Hammer, probably swap out Lockpick if it's a double card, and get an upgrade and consistently keep 2 attacking cards. Because as long as we don't pick, well, even if we do pick up another double card, we'll still always have 3 cards, and we can just get rid of the least effective one, effectively keeping an attacking card we could get after fighting Baby Squid and Hammer. So we could always hang on to some attacking cards. Because low-key, I like Spanner. I've held on to it, well, I say since the beginning of the run. We're on floor 2. But I could always get rid of it, especially in favor of attacking cards. Like, we have 3 dice, man, but it especially doesn't work when you have an imbalance of dice manipulation cards to attacking cards. We have 1 to 3, bruh. We need to even out that ratio. And once we get 2 attacking cards, we can keep that as a 2 to 1 or 2 to 2 ratio as we see fit. Always just dropping the other dice manipulation cards we get. I just pray we don't get to a situation where it's like, you only have your 2 attacking cards, and one of those has got to turn into a gadget. I just pray we don't get to that point. So I think we fight Baby Squid, see if this is an attacking card, and then we upgrade on our way out. May not be the smartest of plays, but I think it's the smartest of plays for the current situation. Okay, so we can instantly have... see, this is the thing that sucks! We only have 1 attacking card. Like, this is all I need. Now, what do I have 2 dice for? What do I have 2 dice for, man? Like, man, I don't even know why I have Lockpick. Well, because it's useless. I don't really care about it. Like, as long as we roll 1/6 per turn, we're just good. We need more attacking cards. We desperately need more attacking cards. Having only Hammer sucks. I'm very appreciative of the constant rolling of 6s, though, real talk. I don't even need to waste the 6. I can just do that. I say waste the 6. I don't need to use it. No! What? I just looked at this. This isn't even really worth it. Because I don't think that's guaranteed to give you the highest payout possible. As in, say you have a total of more... Well, no. If you have a total of more than 12 between all of your dice... Well, no, because you could have like 3 5s. Or 3 4s. If you have a total of more than 12, I don't think this is guaranteed to be like, turn it into... max number of 6s plus remainder. I don't think it's like divide by 6. Divide total by 6, turn that into dice. It could be. But why would I risk that? Thank God. Oh, this is the overpowered thing that we saw last time with Witch. Keyblade is freaking fire. Also, that's so ironic that it's Keyblade again, and I was debating on, do I want to stream Dicey Dungeons or do I want to just play Kingdom Hearts? So that's kind of interesting. This is good! Any dice? Bruh! Shut the front door. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Does it return the exact dice? I guess that's a... Yeah, I don't think this is like Cauldron. If this is just return the exact dice, then this is like take a 6, put it into Keyblade, then return the 6, put it into Hammer. And that's how we use that. Speaking of which, what's the... If it's 3 uses per turn, if that's the upgrade... Ah... That's less exciting to me. 1 extra damage per turn, or potentially 1 extra card. Hello? I think this is better. I like Keyblade Plus, but that... No. No. Plus, if we see enemies with Weaken later on, that buff goes out the window if we get attacked with that. At least with Hammer Plus, it's just taking base Hammer and making it worse. But at least we still get the benefit of we can keep we can put 1 extra card into the deck. I think Hammer Plus is better. This is the build we rock with for the time being. But still though, that does make it so that Doppel Dice and Spanner are once again kind of useless. Maybe not Spanner, maybe Doppel Dice. Well, no. I think it's... Well, no. I think there's a world in which Doppel Dice and Spanner can be used in the same turn, and we can still use Keyblade and Hammer also in that same turn. I think a world exists where we can do that. Like, say we put a 2 here, we put a 2 and then one of the other 2 dice that we get into Spanner. Well, even then... Well, yeah, you could do that, because Doppel Dice is max 3. Do that, put it into Spanner. Well, no, because then I guess only Spanner would be useful. No, because what if you roll like a 1, a 4, and a 1? You could put a 1 into Doppel Dice, put the 2 and the 4 in a Spanner, put this 6 into Keyblade. If it returns the exact dice and it's not like Cauldron and it just rerolls, put the 6 into Hammer. Okay, so there's a world in which all 4 of these cards work together. I can't become reliant on that though, is the issue. I can't become reliant on too many cards working together because we only get to keep so many cards. Well, it's not even that we get to keep so many cards, it's just we're always having to get rid of one at the end of every battle. Stealing equipment from the wizard is low-key peak. I kinda hoped I got Hall of Mirrors, but I'll take that. Speaking of which though, I guess I could use this at... Should I focus? No, because this is wizard. He only has 1 dice right now. The only scenario in which I get damaged is actually if he rolls anything except a 5 or a 6 while I'm talking. Should I focus? I mean, not really. If I roll Hall of Mirrors, then we focus. Because right now we only need 1 6. Speaking of which... It returns the exact dice. Keyblade is fire. Alright. Oh, freaking right. Keyblade is fire. I've decided. Wait, what? Did he not do anything? I didn't see what he rolled. Wait a minute, I forgot! Shock is really effective against the wizard. Because I think something that I learned from last stream is that when you use Shock against wizard, it will shock the exact spell that he needs because he only has 1 dice, so he can only use 1 spell per turn. And I think Shock will shock the exact spell he needs. So I think I saw him roll a 4, so if he rolls a 4 and he has Shock, then it will shock Thunder Spell, specifically. Oh, shoot, this guy's cooked. This guy's screwed. He can't win. What should I do? If I do 6 plus 5, 11 divided by 6 is 6, remainder 5. Why would I do this? I would have a 6 and a 5, which I don't need. I'm trying to see if I can gimmick this to get a 4, but I don't think I can. Well, actually no, I could 3, 5, 6, I get a 2 and a 6 back, Doppel Dice 2! Doppel Dice 2! Holy cow, I'm cooking. And the poison kills, yo, okay, I don't know if it's because, like, whatever happened since that, no. Are you crazy? Is this where we part with Doppel Dice? Duplicate all dice. Does that just mean I get a carbon copy of every single dice? Or does it know, it's probably like take each individual dice and duplicate it. Which is still not bad. Also, I love I'm not getting rid of Hammer, are you kidding me? I love Keyblade. And it does the damage, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting rid of a dice manipulation card. We don't need that health just yet. Thank God we can get another card up here. Counterfeit. Duplicated dice. This is just Doppel Dice, but it's bigger. And no requirement. This is just Doppel Dice, but different. Doppel Dice, but different. Okay, sure. And we can get more cards already? Oh, shoot! There are 2 shops? What is happening? Broadsword. This is what I thought the sword upgrade was going to be. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait a minute. Ooh, pause. Pause for a second. So we've seen that in scenarios where we have a deck of 4+ cards, the game will choose 3 of those 4+ cards in the gadget roulette. If we have Hammer and Keyblade, we cannot risk losing another attacking card. We can only have 2 attack cards in the deck at all times if I don't want to lose them all. Or stockpile attack cards until the end of the run. That could also work. So that way you can just go in guns blazing for the end. But I think for the time being, before we get to the end, I think we do 2 attacking cards and at least 1 dice manip card, because I don't care about the dice manip cards, I care about dealing damage. Like, they're great, these are basically supplemental to these, they're not necessary. If I have Counterfeit and Spanner, I'm freaking cooked, but you need at least 1 attacking card, dog. I think that's the move. And I like Keyblade so far, so I think I'll keep it. But this is good and I think this eliminates the Spanner issue that we saw earlier. Is that way, if you have multiple dice, or you have dice that end up not being used after you use Spanner and Hammer, although you could probably throw Keyblade into the equation, you want something else that you can throw dice into, which I think Broadsword would be good for. That said, well, no, I could put Spanner back. No, I can't put Spanner back. It's either Hammer gets swapped for Broadsword, Keyblade gets swapped for Broadsword, or bust. Because I can't swap Counterfeit for Broadsword or Spanner for Broadsword. I gotta swap one of these. I'm not gonna lie, I might swap Keyblade for the time being. Because this is just nice. Even if we put a 1 in here, that's 3 damage, which is already how much damage Keyblade does. Even though that's how much damage Broadsword does minimum, this does that and returns the dice. Although that's really just saying 3 passive damage, because you're always gonna roll 1 dice. You're gonna roll 1 dice minimum, but you're always guaranteed to roll 3, so this is really just saying, put a dice in here, you get 3 free damage. But this is saying, min 3, max 8. Max 8 is pretty big, I like that. I do like that. I think we do this for right now. Because like I said, counterfeit, doppel dice, but different. So I wouldn't mind keeping this in here. Plus it's big. I wouldn't mind getting rid of the bigger cards. Because I want more things to do with my dice, not, wow, you could have 3 cards. I hate that. So, you know. Let's see what y'all have. I would love more upgrades, by the way. You can just buy Keyblade again. Oh, shoot. That's sick. I like that. But you have to have the gold for that as well. Dagger. Max 3. Reusable. Ah, but then if you have leftover dice after using all your cards and it's 4+, or min 4, I guess I could say. I'll use the game zone terminology. Dagger becomes useless. That's why I like Keyblade. That's why I like Keyblade and Broadsword. Bump. We don't really need Bump if we have Spanner. But I guess this is basically saying if we get rid of Spanner at some point, Bump could be the alleviation to that. I like this right here. I might just stockpile gold then. Yikes! This sucks! This is trash. I hate that. We'll only keep this shop for the upgrade and nothing but the upgrade. Let's see. Hanajar looks like it could poison me. Yeti looks like he'll freeze me. Freeze is much less harmful than poison, so I think while we have more health, I think we go Hanajar. And then we'll see what that card is. Strong against poison. You don't say. I gotta remember I have focus too. You poison, right? You definitely poison. Oh! Oh! 4 dice is a bit much, no? Good God! That basically means all small numbers go here. Well, 1 per turn. And then everything else goes into Blight? We could die. Let's pray that we don't. I don't even need to use this. Yo, I don't even... like, I can see a world in which this would be useful. It's not this one. Or at least it's not right now. I like that. Well, I like that a little less. But that's 2 less that go into Blight. All things considered. You... Bro. All we ever need is 2 6s. But the game's just giving us that. Oh my gosh, if we hadn't shocked, he would have doubled our poison. That's wild. Also, you're dead. Goodbye. Lady Luck, why are you passing me so many 6s, girl? What's happening? Like, I think every turn that battle, we rolled at least 1 6. Which is crazy to me. Bro, what? Counterfeit, because I'm not getting rid of hammer. Broadsword's good. Broadsword's really freaking good. Did you know how good Broadsword is? Yeah, I don't care about counterfeit. Extra dice is big. I love that. Actually, before I even look at our inventory and we do all the inventory working, I hate that I found this, but that's okay. Once we fight this guy, we will have 4 gold, and then we can upgrade something. So we can't upgrade until we win, which sucks. But such is life. Honestly, yeah, we just keep this build for right now. Counterfeit was good, not gonna lie, but it was the weakest card to get rid of. So, of course I'm gonna get rid of it. Broadsword was doing damage. Broadsword was doing freaking numbers, bro. Plus, combine that with focus, and Broadsword's a freaking machine. I love that. But I think we keep the build like this. Because I can't swap out... Because otherwise I would effectively be swapping out like either Keyblade for Hammer or Keyblade for Broadsword, which I don't want to do. So we'll just keep it like this. Weak to fire. Sucks that we don't have any more fire cards. Okay, here's a situation where things might legit get a little dicey, no pun intended. But we do have focus, so that's good. In the event that he also rolls Ice Age, just focus, and we're chill. I don't need to duplicate all dice this turn, do I? I don't. I don't. Bam, bam, bam. No duplication needed. Also, having shield is legitimately not that bad. Wait, what? Why did he do nothing? Odd. He rolled straight evens. He rolled straight evens. That's so clutch. That is so unbelievably clutch. Alright. We might be cooking this time around. Yo! Lady Luck, girl, what you doing? You're giving me everything I need to be successful right now, and I'm so confused as to why. Even so, big bro, 6 damage. Which we can do right now! What? Yo! I almost feel like this is too easy. Of course I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't freaking care about scrap metal. Yo, that's not... I almost don't feel like this is fair. That might change soon. Ooh, I can't... I was just saying I can't get attached to cards. I can't get attached, especially to dice manip cards. I can't do it. I cannot get attached to dice manip cards. Oh, shoot. I think we broadsword. I think we broadsword plus. This also makes min damage 4, max damage 9, which is pretty sick. I like that. I like the idea of you can do a max of 15 damage per turn. Do we upgrade? Oh, what else can we upgrade, actually? Can we upgrade Keyblade? Should we upgrade Keyblade? That is the question. I guess no matter what, we're either taking a ginormous gamble by upgrading a Dice Manip card, or you get 1 extra damage per turn, but how do you want your extra damage? What flavor would you like it in? Actually, I'm not opposed to sticking with Broadsword for the time being. I think I might just like backpack Keyblade until the end. I'm not opposed to that. So if we just backpack Keyblade until boss, I'm okay with keeping Broadsword on the front lines for right now, because Broadsword's kind of cooking. Like, you pop a 6 in there, or you pop another 6 that you could possibly get with Spanner into Hammer. Immaculate damage. Immaculate damage. I think we Broadsword. Well, hold on. Let's see what other cards we can get, because we are low on cards. I was saying bump wouldn't be half bad, but if we buy essentially anything, we lose out on upgrading. So I have to keep that in mind. But I don't really know what I would want to buy. I suppose I could buy the extra Keyblade, just so that in the event that we do roll, well, all 3 of your attack cards got picked for the gadget roulette, then, you know, just say sayonara to your extra Keyblade, and then go find more Dice Manip cards. But I don't think spending 3... Well, no, because then if we can buy Keyblade at all, we buy Bump in tandem, because we have 4 gold. 4 gold basically just means, would you like to buy Keyblade and Bump, or would you like to upgrade Broadsword? Because I don't think I'm getting Dagger at all. I don't like the fact that if we have leftover dice, and we have any leftover dice that are min 4, Dagger is automatically useless, and it's just reusable for like in the event that we do have low leftover dice. But on the odds that we have high leftover dice, I would like to be able to put them into something. Ideally Keyblade. Although I guess that returns the dice, so it's like, you're not really solving your problem of let's use the leftover dice with Keyblade. This is really just, you can do more damage. But I can also do more damage... Wait, but I can also do more damage with Broadsword. True, but Keyblade is a whole extra attack card. That's adding 3 damage to our minimum damage, period. Whereas if we get Broadsword Plus, that's increasing our max damage per turn by 1. Would you like to increase your max damage per turn by 1, or increase your min damage per turn by 3? I think we actually get Keyblade and Bump. This may be an impulsive play. I fully recognize that. But bro, I call it like I see it. I call it like I see it. And even then, this right now is really just a gamble. Although, idea, we straight backpack both Keyblades till the end. Cause then, that's 6 damage free. Cause the dice get returned. Ooh, 6 damage free though. And true, I did just spend money on Bump, and I do love Spanner. But Dice Manipulation, once again, we can live without that. Roll with the punches, no pun intended. Use the dice that you have. And plus, we just need 2 6s. And even if we don't have 2 6s, okay. Blank damage plus blank damage. These still use 2 dice no matter what. It's not like we need 6s to use these, but that's the best case scenario. Even if we don't have Bump and Spanner, Hammer and Broadsword are still good attacking cards. Broadsword especially, but Hammer especially on 6. We can risk losing Bump and Spanner. I don't think we risk losing attack, because let's say we get all the way to the end of the run. We have no Bump, no Spanner, no Dice Manip. 6 damage free on top of Hammer and Broadsword, and that's assuming we don't even get a 5th attack card to boost min damage per turn even more. Because once again, Dice Manip is great, but Dice Manip is only great for getting 6s for these cards. Otherwise, Dice Manip, throw that out the window. You don't need that. I think we roll like this. As much as I would have loved the upgrade, shoot, this is probably what we need. Okay, no instant access to a card, which is okay. Which now makes me glad that I did buy 2 cards. So now we have a little bit of insurance. I think we fight the bully first, because that gives us access to not only health, but a new card. Then we do maybe... I think we fight the bully, and then we see where we want to go. If we need more health, then we fight Kraken. If we don't need more health and we could benefit from having another card, then we fight Wicker Man. Swap that order for the ending fight, move on to the next floor. But we definitely fight bully first. I think we backpack our Keyblades till the end, real talk. Dice Manip is really just helpful for making sure that these 2 cards get 6s at all times. There are so many ways to get 6s. There are so many ways to get 6s. Dog, we've held on to focus for like, what, an entire floor now? Yikes, that's gonna hurt. Oh, but shield! We love barricade. Let's go. I think for the first time, this is a scenario in which we can't have 2 6s in one turn. Unless we focus, but that's not necessary right now, bro. And we're always gonna prioritize 6s going into hammer because shock. Broadsword's just good damage. Ah, little weakling rolls. Little weakling rolls. Ain't nothing to it. And guess what, sucker? You die this turn. I'm just gonna hit all the buttons just because I feel good about it. But you're dead. Alright, so we say goodbye to Bump. Mega Bump is actually not that bad. Mega Bump is just like Dice Minute, but it's like good. It's like, that's actually like just really good Dice Minute in general. Do we say, wait, no, we don't have to say goodbye to Spanner. That's interesting. I also don't care about that. This is also like whatever that Snowflake card we got earlier was. That's really just the fire equivalent of that, which I'm okay with. 27 plus 7 is 34. I had to do math for a second. I'm not hurting for health. I am hurting for cards. I would love another Dice Minute card just so that way I could get rid of it. Just so I could get rid of it. Also, yeah, I'm okay with Spark getting tossed out because fire damage. Not everything is weak to fire. Speaking of which, we should totally fight Wickerman with that instead of Kraken. So we do that. Remind me what your moves are, because I forget what they are. You have Venus Flytrap. That sucks. Does Mega Bump just turn this into a 6 plus a 1? That's actually not that bad. Also, should I just Mega Bump? Because I think I need it. Yeah, Mega Bump. Yeah, that does give you an extra 1! Yo! That's insane! I'm gonna do this for fun. We are like never gonna use focus at this rate, dude. Mega Bump again. Yes. Bro. Mega Bump is so fire. Mega Bump is so heat. Unironically. Ah, that sucks. He just took 1 damage still. He lowered his, no, he healed 1. He lowered his heal by 2. I'm okay with that. Should I Mega Bump? Should I Mega Bump? What do we need? 2 6. Is there a situation in which I get 2 6s here? Because 2, 3, 5, 5. I could 5, 5, 10. But then that leaves a 2 and a 3 here. Ah, I don't like that. I think no matter what, this is a 6 will go into hammer. The most that can go into broadsword is a 5. And once again, because it is such a small distance from 6, I see no need to use focus. Actually, oh, if we could get 2 6s, then that would be kill. Should we 2 6s then? Or should we focus, I mean? Because what I say, 2, 5, 5, 3? 5, 5, 10 returns a 6 and a 4. A 6 and a 4. I don't like that. And he's not gonna kill himself if we spark him. Two, 5, 5, 3? I think I actually will focus. I lied. Oh, I could have Mega Bumped just for the lulz, but I didn't. Ah well, I'm sorry, I'm not brilliant. Well, goodbye, Spark. You were useful for that one battle as you needed to be. That's an interesting card. Is that a card I want to keep? Min 3? So 3 to 6. Do 3 damage, 3 uses this turn. Realistically, not that bad. Because that could turn into 9 damage. Wait! This is just reverse dagger. This is reverse dagger. Well, dagger did like 2 damage. So like the most that can do in one turn is like what, 8 damage? And that's if you don't use any other cards. This can do, well, this can do 9. This is actually better dagger. I'm okay with that. Question, do we want to keep this and get rid of Spanner and Tandem? Ooh, do we want to keep Ray Gun and get rid of Spanner? Like I said, I've kept Spanner since the beginning of the run. Actually, hold on. Level up. Do we level up after this fight? Yes. Ooh. Oh, but listen here. If the level up does not give us the opportunity to get a free card, we have to roll into floor 5, getting rid of one of these cards anyway. Any of them. Yikes, that sucks though. I mean, I could probably get rid of the second Keyblade and keep Ray Gun, because like I said, Ray Gun is essentially 9 damage per turn, assuming you have the dice to support that. Although, no, Ray Gun... If we get an extra dice after this level up, or even after reaching max level, Ray Gun could definitely be useful, because as it stands, 3 uses per turn, right? So that basically means if we get 1, 6, and 3 other dice that are min 3, we can hammer and Ray Gun in that turn, 15 damage, but you miss out on using Broadsword. So you're gonna have to pick between these two anyway. My issue with that is Broadsword does 1 less damage with 1 dice than it takes Ray Gun to do max damage with 3 dice. So Broadsword is less damage but less dice usage. Ray Gun is 1 more damage but 2 plus dice usage. I think I'm actually okay with getting rid of Ray Gun. I don't mind if we need to change it into a gadget. So I think we keep it in the deck for now. Because it's nice, it's 9 damage, assuming you have the dice to support that, but as soon as you don't, then it's a problem. If you roll a single 1 or a 2, say goodbye to use it. Well, no, if you roll more than 1 or 2, say goodbye to getting the most out of Ray Gun, because that's not happening that turn. On top of the fact that if we want to best utilize dice in this deck that we have right here, we're already going to want 2 6s. So that's already 2 dice used, and then we have 2 dice remaining. We don't even get to use Ray Gun at its full potential, which is why I was saying if either the next level up that we get or the max level reward is an extra dice, then I would be like, okay, I could see Ray Gun being useful. But keeping it all the way until the end of the game, just to be like, okay, we can have Hammer plus Broadsword, Ray Gun, and both Keyblades in the same deck, I'm like, okay, for Keyblades, that's fine, but then it's basically saying 3 of your dice better be min 3, and then the other 2 dice better be 6s, and if not, you're not even using this deck to max potential anyway. It's dice used, sure, and it's damage dealt. Well, I guess sometimes you have to think about what's better, damage dealt, period, or max potential met. Because I would love to just like spam you're gonna spam Keyblades, obviously. But what if you don't roll 2 6s and then the other 3 dice are min 3? Then what do? Still try to salvage the best of that run. Put highest number into broadsword, put second highest number into hammer, put all other numbers that are min 3 into ray gun. Although I guess what's worst case scenario then? What's the worst possible thing I could roll? 5 ones. Assuming that max Inventor dice is 5, which I assume it is. I see no reason to assume otherwise. So that's like 3 damage, 6 damage, 9 damage, 10 damage, period. 10 damage. 10 damage minimum. Which, I assume if you take ray gun out of the picture... If you take ray gun out of the picture, you still have both keyblades, hammer, and broadsword. Min damage becomes 10. Which is the exact same. So, in that case, if min damage with or without ray gun is the exact same, then why have it? Ah, man, I was saying last stream how I was ready for the high level plays. No, here they are. Cause ray gun could low-key be useful. It really could. Hold on, hydrate break. Stay hydrated. But keeping all 5 of these attacking cards could seriously be good. Min damage is the same whether you put ray gun in the deck or not, true. But max damage soars. Min damage with or without ray gun is 10, but max damage? 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 8 is 11. No, 6 plus 8 is 14, excuse me. 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 plus 9. Max damage per turn is 29! You could do almost 30 damage per turn. But as soon as you take ray gun out of the equation, max damage per turn is 3, 6, 14, 20. Your max damage per turn goes down by almost 10 if you take ray gun out of the equation. Min damage stays the same, which sucks, because you would like your min damage when adding a card to your deck to go up as well, right? But the fact that it goes up by almost 10 almost makes me want to keep it. But then that basically means say goodbye to not broadsword, say goodbye to spanner. Which does suck, but like I said... Ooh, well yeah, like I said... Use all of your dice to max potential, so, you know, flood all, or put highest number into broadsword, second highest number to hammer. You already put 2 dice into keyblades, and then put all remaining min 3 dice into ray gun. Even in worst case scenario, like I said, 10 damage minimum per turn, but that's also worst case scenario. That's still making good use of all dice. The only way that that doesn't work out is if after using both keyblades, hammer, and broadsword, you're left with 2 dice, currently, could be 3 in the future, that are all, ones or twos. But even if you were to put those ones or twos into spanner, well, you could put a 1 and a 2. Well, even if you put a 1 and a 1, again, assuming that this is worst case scenario, you put 2 1s into spanner, that dice still cannot go into ray gun. So it's not even like spanner would help if we kept it. Like I said, dice manip cards, literally just for getting 6s. Even if we keep spanner's not going to be useful for a ray gun. Well, no, I lied. Spanner would be useful for ray gun in every scenario except worst case. But I want to plan based on worst case. This is so much thought about whether or not I essentially get rid of this card. Because I'm essentially saying I could keep all 5 of these cards until end, which is entirely within possibility. And this was the other thing that I was saying before I said use all of your dice as well as you can without dice manip, is that without dice manip, focus becomes useful again. And focus would be insanely useful if we kept all 5 of these cards until end. Focus immediately becomes a freaking machine of a limit break. Instantly, 6 electric damage plus shock, 8 damage, 3 uses of ray gun, and we put anything into Keyblade and get the exact same dice back. The use case and the usability period of focus goes up instantly and tremendously as soon as we take off dice manip and we equip all 5 of these cards. So focus actually becomes useful again instead of we may go an entire floor without using it. So I actually am okay with getting rid of Spanner. No dice manip means limit break becomes useful again instead of holding on to it when I could be building up multiple limit breaks at a time. Well, not at a time, but just building up multiple limit breaks in general. Because you want to use your limit break as soon as you get it. Every time you take damage, it builds up your limit break. Why would you want to hold on to that when you could be taking damage and using more limit breaks than you're holding on to them? So no dice manip means the limit break immediately becomes way more usable and we're holding on to them less. And even in the event that we still have to just make the best with the dice that we roll, it's still making the best with the dice that we roll. Minimum damage per turn is still 10. That's not bad. Most of the enemies that we fought haven't had that much health, although the fact that we're about to get to floor 5 means that we are about to have enemies that have average 40-50 health. So that's when it becomes a little bit of a problem, but even then, you're not going to roll all ones 4 or 5 turns in a row. You're gonna get some good turns. You're gonna. That was so much talk just to be like, I'm getting rid of Spanner this or after this battle. It did us well throughout these last 4 floors, but I think it's about time that we toss it out. This sucks. This also sucks. I think all of this sucks. Oh boy. Alright, well, we're in it for the long haul. Let's do it. 5 dice is a bit much, no? I may have said that exact same thing last stream, forgive me. That sucks. That's steep, big bro. You notice how everything just instantly became a little less viable? That sucks. I think doing Spanner with it... No. Putting both blind dice into Spanner will basically tell us, do we have low or high dice? If we get 2 dice back, we have high dice, and the first dice that we roll back from Spanner will be a 6 and can go into Hammer. If we roll 1 dice back, odds are it's still high. The only way that these 2 dice combined through Spanner will not be high is if they're like 2 1s. But even if they're 2 2s, that's still the same as using this 4 right here, so I don't mind that. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go! I doubt that we will get a 5 from that, because that would basically be saying 6 plus 5 equals 11, which would mean we would have had to roll a 6 and a 5 to begin with, because that's the only way you can get 11 from Spanner, or a 6 and a 5 from Spanner. Why am I saying a 5 specifically? Oh, to see if this would be better than using the 4. The only way that this would be a 5 or a 6 is if we put in a 6 and a 5, or a 6 and a 6, which I highly doubt. So I think using the 4 here is actually better. The fact I'm actually having to strategically use my brain for this, but I'm glad I am doing so. Oh my gosh, y'all. I didn't even realize I was cursed that turn. I was cursed. Nothing could have worked. I was blessed that round. Holy cow. I was blessed. Anything would be equivalent or better than using a 1. Holy cow. That was actually probably the best way that fight could have gone. Lady Luck, did you get my number or something? What's up, girl? Talk to me. Talk to me. Free upgrade would be sick! Copy equipment? Oh, yo! Yo, this is crazy! This is wild! I don't know if I should take either of those, though. Because now, I have no cards I want to get rid of. But the long term, though, well, copy equipment could also be like, get a new card. Ah, but it would be get a new card that I would love to hang on to. Oh, okay, hold on. Now, the other thing about this, if I get copy equipment, what would I use it on? Hammer, obviously, comes to mind. I would not want to use it on Broadsword, as great as Broadsword is. Copying Broadsword means that Copying Broadsword means that we lower the potential cards that we can use by 1. However, that not only gives us a new card to use, that not only gives us extra damage to go into the next floor into, but it allows us to keep all 5 cards that I've already prepped for the end? For the end! Because we could just toss the extra broadsword that we get next battle. We could do that. Because I don't want to take the gamble on upgrading, and then it's like, oh, you go into the next floor, sucks for you, you don't have instant access to any new cards. Lose one of the ones that you just spent so much time prepping to keep. I would hate to do that. Not to mention, I don't really see any reason to upgrade any card. Keyblade, we already know, plus 1 damage. That's fine. Same with Broadsword. I could not imagine an upgrade for Ray Gun being useful. More uses per turn? Dog. We only have so many dice. More damage per turn? It's probably only going to increase it by 1 because the card is already so overpowered. Or just lower or get rid of the requirement. But if it gets rid of the requirement for Min 3 though, then it instantly becomes way better. Hold on. I'm scared that if I click this, it's gonna lock me into upgrading something. But imagine that. Ray Gun, but with no dice requirements. Then our minimum damage does go up to 29. No, it doesn't. Well, it goes up significantly, and then that gets rid of the fear that I was just talking about how, like, our max damage soars when we put Ray Gun into our deck, but our min damage per turn stays the same. You take off the dice requirement for Ray Gun, instantly your dice, or your minimum damage per turn soars as well as your max damage per turn. Okay, well, if the game locks us into upgrading equipment, although this is a very well-crafted video game and I feel like it wouldn't, what would we want to upgrade if the upgraded Ray Gun does not get rid of the dice requirement? And I think it would just be Broadsword. Honestly, I could swap out Broadsword Plus for a Keyblade, which would suck, but state of affairs if we don't immediately find cards on the next floor. So that way we can hold on to it. And then that's plus 1 damage per turn. That also raises our minimum damage per turn as well, which would be good. Same goes for if we got Keyblade Plus, but I see no reason to do that. Because, once again, like, Keyblades are really just free damage, but I don't want to be so attached to them. because I don't feel like they do a whole lot. They do a fixed number of damage, which is primarily why I don't care about them. But when it comes to broadsword, broadsword is really just how much do you roll, and that will increase your damage per turn. Or no, if you increase, or if you go from broadsword to broadsword plus, you are still increasing your damage per turn. Well, I guess it's the same thing we go for keyblade plus. I guess what I'm saying is, I would rather make something that's dependent on dice numbers do more damage than something that's already fixed do more damage. So I think if we can't get the dice requirement off of Ray Gun with Ray Gun Plus, we go Broadsword Plus, and we swap out Broadsword Plus for one of the Keyblades going into next floor if we can't find any more cards to get rid of. If this doesn't lock us into doing it, which it doesn't anyway. So let's see, Ray Gun Plus does exactly what I thought it would do. Well, max damage per turn goes up though, which is kind of sick, but I'm like, I don't care. Max damage per turn goes up from 29 to 32. That's pretty great. 29's a lot of freaking damage, bro. I don't see this upgrade being that useful. If you would have chopped off that dice requirement, ooh, Ray Gun Plus would have been so good. But this? No. I don't need my max damage per turn to go from 29 to 32. That's insignificant in the grand scheme of things. You're doing 3 more damage per turn? Great. The boss is gonna have 70 health. I think we just copy Broadsword. Copying Ray Gun is also... Oh wait, no. Why would we copy Ray Gun? Because the way that we have everything set up, hammer, oh wait. Would this be useful? 2 shock per turn, question mark, but 8 damage becomes 16 damage. Also, it's a card we can get rid of. So I guess the question is, best case scenario, would you like to do 8 more damage, or would you like to do 6 more damage plus 1 shock? I like the idea of 2 shock, actually. 2 shock is a fire idea. Because that's making the opponent waste more dice. Yeah, we're dealing more damage, but... Ah, never mind though. That would require us to roll 2 6s, which now that we have no dice manip cards, probably not gonna happen unless focus. Never mind, that's why I was like Broadsword's the better pick to copy than hammer. And then there's no reason to copy any cards in our backpack because Keyblade, Keyblade, Ray Gun. Why would I copy anything back there when right now I'm just trying to get another card to use and turn into a gadget? We just copy Broadsword. Let's go, baby. That took so much time to figure out. That took so much time to figure out. I apologize, but we're going with the bit. Yep, see, this is why this was important, because we did not get immediate access to any new cards. You gotta work for them, which sucks, but is what it is. Okay, oh, and we get a free upgrade later anyway! It's just free! And that's guaranteed, because we need to fight the Paper Knight to even leave. That's a guaranteed upgrade. We just got 2 level up rewards for the price of 1. Let's freaking go, bruh. Okay. Well, this is what we roll with for the next battle. Although, I'm actually going to take a quick break, mainly because... Well, one, I need to hydrate more than what I've already been hydrating, and I may actually take this opportunity to go refill my water bottle. And then, Dog, I low-key just need to like take a minute so I can process this. This is taking a lot of brain power. I really want to beat Inventor today. Like, I've never been this close. So we need to like make sure that we stay locked in with the good strategies. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and yeah, we'll get back to it soon. My sincerest apologies. That break went on a little longer than I initially anticipated. Tab back in. There we go. Alright. I'm really trying to lock in, because I'm like, bruh, we have 2 more floors. If I seriously lock in, we can actually win today. But I don't know. Lady Luck's also been really nice to me today. So maybe we'll be okay? I don't want to speak too soon, though. This is terrible. This just becomes 1, 2, 4, 9. That becomes a 6 and a 3. That kind of sucks. When we get an extra, like, what, 2 damage from each of these? Maybe let's not. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I have to get used to a life without Spanner. Oh no! Ah! In this case, more dice is actually better. Now, wait, hold on. 5, 7, 9, 10, 12. So if I was to put this here, 5 plus 2 is 7. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 7 is 11, 12. We do 12 damage no matter what this turn. Okay. Because there was no reason to use the gadget there. We would have ended up with 2 dice. Well, gee, I wonder where the 6 is going. Wait, should I have used that? What will this become? A 6 and a 2. Oh wait, that was a 6. It doesn't matter. The current gadget wouldn't affect 6s. It affects everything that's essentially not a 6. Which means I should use this, by the way. There we go. I clocked it eventually. I got there. I got there. Focus, but I don't need it. Or do I? Wait a second. Let me not speak too soon. A 6 and a 3? No. Can I win this turn? No. 3. This would be like 4, 4, 8 plus 3. We're 1 off. Should I focus? Should I focus? How much damage will I take next turn? Yeah. I don't know if that was a bad move right now, but I'm like 24 health is realistically not a lot. Really? Y'all are giving me access to that? I don't even really think this is even good, but still. Reduce countdowns by 6. I don't pick up countdowns. I don't care jack about countdowns. I'm not gonna lie, I actually need this. Weaken would be so tough. But I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die though. But this would be so good. Ah, but would I want to keep it though? That's the issue. This is essentially just hammer but weaken. Well yeah, hammer but weaken, but hammer plus is small boy. And before it was big boy. But I'm like, I'm effectively not even caring about what cards I want to keep for the boss, because I'm like, Keyblades are great in the fact that they return dice, so you just put anything into them and it's like, wow, you get 6 free damage per turn. That's great. Figure out what your other 3 cards are gonna do. And we already have 1 big card. We can't have 2 big cards, because I'm already counting to have hammer and ray gun. So I'm like, dude, I don't want Shovel. The only reason I would buy Shovel is if I want to just have more cards to lose. But I have a card to lose, and that's Plasma Cannon. I'm not keeping Plasma Cannon until the end. Are you kidding me? And the next thing that I fight... Oh, shoot. Well, then... It probably would be useful. But I'm gonna die! But I'm gonna die. You gotta see that's the issue here. I guess I could also buy Pea Shooter to level that out. Because effectively we have 3 more battles left before the boss, which means we need to have 3 cards that we will not, or that we will lose. And right now, we need to have 3 cards that we will lose. I hate that, and I just realized that. That sucks. Because right now we effectively have 2 cards that we're definitely going to get rid of. That's Plasma Cannon and probably whatever's going to be in here. Which means we have to find 1 more card to get rid of if we want to walk out of this floor, not only alive, but with all 5 of the cards that we've been prepping for the boss. We're going to need to buy a card. Because I don't think, well, even then, once we level up, we'll have fought all 3 battles, and they must give you, or they must make you pick a gadget for your, they must make you pick a gadget before they give you a level up reward. I already can't remember how it's been like for the past, 5 levels. Or I guess 4, because you start at level 1 and you level up 4 times. Yeah. How do I want to do this? Well, I'm gonna have to buy another card. We currently have 2 cards that we are okay with getting rid of, and we need to turn that number into 3. So I gotta buy something. Which means I'm probably gonna have to buy P-Gun, and then I can also buy this health so that I, don't die. Because I have a feeling 24 health will go mighty fast. And I was just saying I wouldn't even want to keep Shovel, so I would just be buying Shovel because it's a useful card, but it's also a card I can turn into a gadget. But if we're just looking for cards that we can turn into gadgets, that's P-Gun. We can get P-Gun and the health, have almost full health, and have a card that we can turn into a gadget. This would just be the more useful card to buy, but finances don't really support that right now. So I'm okay with doing this move. It's getting real, man. Okay, and I think to keep a constant influx of cards going, well, I currently have 2 cards I can get rid of, right? So I can do 1 fight that doesn't lead to a card, and in that case I probably would fight the Jester. And I'm thinking, mate, should I do like similar tactics to what I did last stream and fight the higher level enemies first and then fight the lower ones? Because actually we can choose between Paper Knight and Snowman, but as long as we beat one of them, we get access to the card and the health. But we only need to defeat one of them to make that happen, and then of course we have to fight all enemies, so whichever one we don't fight immediately will become the final fight of the floor. So, and I'm honestly okay with keeping Snowman for last, so that way we can have an easier fight at the end while we have more health now. So now it's, who do I want to fight, Jester or Paper Knight? And since these are both 8 health, I wouldn't, see, my thing is, I wouldn't mind already having access to our 3rd card that we're going to turn into a gadget anyway, so I'm coerced to fight Paper Knight. However, I feel like Jester is gonna pull some bullcrap, so I want to go ahead and get the bullcrap out of the way now while I have almost full health. Paper Knight's probably just gonna do a lot of damage. Jester's probably gonna pull some bullcrap. It's really just about who do I want to fight first. They're probably gonna, well, even then, no matter which one I pick, like, pea shooter, honestly whack. Plasma cannon, honestly whack. Do we just get, we might want to fight Paper Knight now in case our third gadget card is a legit useful card, and it can be useful versus Jester. So I think we actually fight Paper Knight. Alright. Let's make it happen. Weak to fire. Sucks we don't have any fire cards. What are your moves? No! Yeah, I see the lose 2 damage each use. 9 is still insane. I knew Paper Knight was gonna have some insane amounts of damage. Locked dice also sucks. That's really bad. I hate that. But shock, however, we live in a world, we live in a society where that's good. Now, do we flood dice into pea shooter or plasma cannon? Because plasma cannon freaking good. But how good is it? Good enough. Oh gosh. Yes! No! What was that? What did you just lock from me? I think these two are interchangeable. We found that out last time, right? Because it's like, if we do this here, 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, okay, 7, or here, 3 plus 2 is 5, here, 2 is 7. Yeah, these are interchangeable. That doesn't matter. I hate that. I hate that a lot. So 7, right? That's still bad! That's still so bad! That's still so bad! 2 dice slot sucks. Oh my gosh. Yo! What is it now? 5? My thing is, if I focus, I feel like the locked dice will remain locked, so what's the point? Wait, on 6 though. 6 plus 8 is 14. We can't even kill this turn? There's no point then. Why bother? If we can naturally kill next turn, because how much damage do we do? 10? We can easily do 5 damage next turn. There's no reason to focus right now. Well, focus limit break. There's no reason to limit break right now. Because we can do 5 damage. Plasma gun does 5 damage. This is nice. I also don't use this. Whereas Plasma Cannon was legitimately starting to become useful if we would have gotten higher numbers that I didn't care about, or that I didn't end up using. Reduce countdowns by 6, by the way. Oh, wait. Would you like to do 2 damage guaranteed per turn, or would you like to do 3 damage guaranteed per turn? Well, we chose what we were gonna do with that. And hey, we didn't even technically need the health. Technically. Oh, I almost wish I would have swapped out Plasma Cannon now. What the heck? That's kind of sick. 7? 7. What? This is the long game play, by the way. Oh, it's the long game play. Do I keep this instead of Broadsword? 7 though. 7? That also lowers our wait. That also means our minimum damage per turn and max damage per turn is dynamic if we keep this. Oh crap, I'm so mad that they just gave that to me. Oh, why though? Why though? God no. I don't even know why I looked at that like I was gonna get that. God no. Wait. No. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, things are changing. Things might change on the fly. Well, no. Because even if I get Electromagnet Plus, and I'm like, we ditch Broadsword, we go everything that we're currently holding except Broadsword. I mean, Plasma Cannon sucks though. Why? Also, why would I want 2 countdowns? Actually, no. This is not worth it. We're going to get rid of Electrum. Well, but it's so good though. It's so good though. I was gonna say there's no reason to keep Electromagnet because we already have... Wait, no! We're gonna lose 2 cards no matter what. But I guess I could swap out losing Electromagnet for losing Broadsword. But I just see no... Okay, so I'm definitely getting rid of Plasma Cannon, right? Okay, cool. So, hold on, let me leave this menu. We're definitely... So I can see all my cards at once. We're definitely getting rid of Plasma Cannon. For sure. Then it's a matter of, do I want to get rid of Broadsword or Electromagnet? I think keeping 1 countdown card in this setup is okay. That is not a bad idea. However... And what would this even do? Hold on. We have to actually, like, set up what this build would be. And then we just have an empty card slot, which kind of sucks, though. I could do it, though. No, because then that basically means there's no reason to upgrade Electromagnet. So I'm not upgrading Electromagnet no matter what. Which means I would probably upgrade Ray Gun, in that case, if I end up keeping Electromagnet. If I end up keeping Broadsword instead, we upgrade Broadsword. So I guess now I need to make the decision of which do I want to keep, Broadsword or Electromagnet. This is not that bad. Again, fixed damage, but increases every time. Although, well here, this needs a, well, I'm not going to say it needs a 6, but if we roll a 6 is going into Hammer. We just pop something into the Keyblades. Then that leaves us with, we still have 4 dice, 3 dice. We're left with 3 dice. Ah, but this has 3 uses. So it's either put all 3 of your dice into Ray Gun, or put 3 of your dice into Electromagnet. Ah, see, that's the other thing. We have 2 repeat cards. Cards that can be used pretty much indefinitely. Well, I say pretty much indefinitely. I mean, yeah, pretty much indefinitely. We use these 2 cards, we still have 4 dice. We're definitely putting at least 1 into Hammer. We use the other 3 dice on the other 2 cards. However, what's the flippin' point? I would love it if all, like, you know, if we could put 3 dice just straight into Ray Gun. But even if we don't, Electromagnet is way too dynamic of a card to be like, how do I want to split this up? Because then every turn is going to take as long as it's taking me to figure out if I want to keep this dang card in the first place. Instead of, oh, sick. I put a die into Broadsword, and then the other 2 go into Ray Gun. I feel like this is a much simpler build. This is a much simpler deck right here. This is a much more dynamic deck, and dynamic could mean better damage-wise. Could is the key word. It starts at 4, and it increases by 2 for each use. So that effectively means it can increase by 2 damage per turn. But to even get to the max... Wait, no. To get past the max damage of Broadsword, bro, you have to finish this countdown twice. Which is a bit much, because that's basically saying roll a total of 14 to get this card to the max potential of this card, inherently. And they're not handing out high numbers like it's candy, although, no, Focus wouldn't even be good for this. Focus would be good for this. Focus would be good for this. Focus would not be good if we had Electromagnet in hand. Because, you could put a 6 in there, cool, fire. You put another 6 in there, that just makes the 1 go to 0. It does 4 damage, it adds 2 for the next use next turn. Which is a waste of dice. Because you're effectively putting 12 into a countdown of 7, when you could put a 6 in here, do 8 damage, put 2 other 6s in here and do 6 damage. Why the heck would you want to put 2 6s in here? This card would be great if our limit break was not what it is. Because with the way that Focus works, Focus with this deck right here is just so good. 6 into Keyblade, 6 into Keyblade, 6 into Hammer, 6 into Broadsword, remaining 6s into Raygun, which I believe would be 2. Unless max dice becomes 5 after this level up, and then it would be 3. Which lets us use Raygun to its max potential, by the way. Focus with this, 6 into Keyblade, 6 into Keyblade, 6 into Hammer, then you're left with like 3 or 4 dice. 3 of those could go into Raygun, and I guess in that case you could put the 4th 6 if we end up having a max dice of 5 into Electromagnet, which makes it 1 for next turn, which you're not going to have Focus by that next turn anyway unless this boss does an insane amount of damage. But then, why would you want to put a 6 in here to lower this countdown, which will do 4 damage next turn, true, and add 2 damage for that next turn? I just feel like you're doing too much preparation with Electromagnet to get it up to the max potential of Broadsword later in the fight, when you could have the max potential of Broadsword just by using Focus. And I haven't even mentioned about making Electromagnet better than Broadsword. That takes a combined dice total of 21. Which is so not worth it. That's 21 across 3 separate turns, by the way. And that's if you have the most immaculate rolls seen to God, excluding Focus. You use Focus, yeah, you can put 1 6 into Electromagnet, assuming you use all other cards first. Cool. Then you need to get a 1 for that turn. Then you need to keep the cycle going, and then by the time that Electromagnet is better than Broadsword, you could have done like what? 8 times 3? You could have done 24 damage with Broadsword in the time it takes Electromagnet to become better than Broadsword. And that's assuming that we don't upgrade Broadsword by the time we leave this floor. Assuming we make it out alive, I suppose, but still. In that case, screw Electromagnet. Electromagnet takes way too much work to become better than Broadsword. It takes too much work to become as good as Broadsword's max potential. Not to mention when you can just use your limit break and get Broadsword's max potential instantly. Then Electromagnet is just like, why do I have this? It's a decent card, don't get me wrong. It's just not that useful. Electromagnet kind of sucks. Whoops. Yeah, this kind of sucks. It's just too much work. The potential of electromagnet is insane. But to get it to work ideally with this deck, in scenarios which both include and exclude focus, it's just too much work. When you could just use focus and get the max potential of broadsword anyway. When even if you use focus, like, you're already spending more than, if you're using focus, you're already spending more than 3 turns to make electromagnet better than broadsword anyway. Because then you're like, okay, you put the last 6 that you have into electromagnet, countdown goes from 7 to 1. You didn't complete the countdown in 1 turn. So you're spending more than the minimum amount of turns to make electromagnet better than broadsword to make electromagnet better than broadsword. Then you're spending 4 turns. And at that point, after 4 turns, you could have done 32 damage with this sucker. Why do all that setup when this does it better? That was a long way of saying I am not keeping electromagnet. Sorry about that. But once again, we're having to do the big brain plays this stream if we want to win. And I really want to win. So, I gotta do it. Well, if that's the case, if we know that we're getting rid of plasma cannon and electromagnet, hammer's already upgraded, I see no reason to upgrade either keyblades or ray gun. I may as well just do this now, because I'm not getting rid of broadsword. We've already decided which cards we're getting rid of. Just go ahead and upgrade this. Which will actually make the Jester fight at least a little bit more tolerable. So let's do it. I have 21 health, I might die. Every turn, see, I knew he was gonna pull on, or pull some BS doing this. Come on, man. What's the equipment you currently have? Oh. 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 Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. We might lose. I'm not even joking when I say that. Like, if you could see the fear, I don't want to say fear, but I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of fear. If you could see the fear in my eyes, you would be like, oh, those are the eyes of a man who's broken. Oh, what's the max damage we can do this turn? 9 plus 6, 15? I could put 12 in a plasma cannon. I mean, shoot, he's gonna mess me up anyway. Oh, wow, that sucks. I mean, like, yeah, Yo. Ooh. Was I worried? For nothing. I was. No, I'm not. I don't level up this fight. Oh shoot, he was just saying I might not actually live. I might not actually live. Oh, there's health here. Oh, thank God. Oh, there's health there. Still, 12? 12. 12. Let's be so for real right now. Oh, I have to have the I have to have the godliest rolls known to man. I have to have the godliest rolls known to man. And I have to keep this set up because I don't want to risk losing one of the cards I've already planned to fight the boss with. Because I'm not going to lie, why would I take Plasma Cannon into the end? God, no. Please don't. Oh, but the gadget for Plasma Cannon is reduce all countdowns by 6. It actually would have been better to use Plasma Cannon for the gadget on last fight than it would have been to use it now. Now I'm going to have a gadget that doesn't do jack. It actually would have been better to use Plasma Cannon first. Oh, wow, that sucks. Hindsight's 20/20 on that, I suppose, but I really could have thought about that a little bit longer. Oh my gosh. Okay, to be fair, I was thinking about what am I gonna do that's best for me right now with 4 health, but even then, an extra dice is not gonna be that make or break for this current deck. Although I guess I was thinking about Plasma Cannon in particular, which could still be the move. But reducing Electromagnet by 6 would not have been bad. I might have actually sold myself for the boss then. Oh, wow. That might have been the decision that kills me. I pray we still make it, but I'm like, man, I don't want to give up any cards I have right now. Plasma Cannon is just the weakest of the 6 cards I have. I don't want to give up anything else. I could always roll the gambit of being like, I could equip more than 3 cards, and there's a chance that one of them could be Plasma Cannon. I could roll that gambit, but I don't want to. My stubbornness and my impulsiveness may be the reason that we lose. Oh, wow! I should not have had magic dice for this fight. No, odds though. Still, max damage is 20! Minimum is 4 though. Max damage this turn? 25? Not even 25, because this is 20! Oh. Max damage this turn is 15! I got to, man. I gotta. This is so bad. This is so bad. I may have sold this run. And that would be so unfortunate because this was such a good one. This is so bad. This is so bad. I think we lost. Oh, wow. No, we... I'm gonna need him to have some godly rolls if I want us to live. That might be GG's. Wait. Wait! Oh! Wait. There is a chance. There is a chance. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, do we win? Shut the front door. 9. We need to do 2 damage. Oh my gosh. Well, really, 6 and 6. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yo! And we do have a max of 5 dice. Oh my gosh! Yo! Yo! Yo, this isn't even funny. This is not even funny. We have 44 health, but like, dude! This guy's gonna have like 70 health. He might have 90. I'm so dead serious. He might have 90 health. He might have 90 health. $68. That's better. I'm so shook. I'm so shook. Min 3, right? What are your moves? What are your moves? They're all countdowns. Yikes! Ouch! Ouch, that sucks. I think I should tank it. No lie, I think I should tank it. Wait. Oh no. Because I don't even want to believe that we win until we win. Wait. Oh my gosh, that's the game. Oh my gosh. That was clutch. That was clutch. Oh my gosh. Bro. There's no way. We still don't have the... Bro, come on, man. Oh my gosh. There's no way. I'm still in shock. Oh my gosh, we did that. That last battle with the snowman was the make or break moment. Cause we had already spent like 2 floors building up our entire deck for what the final boss was gonna be. But oh my gosh, that fight with the snowman. That fight with the snowman may as well have been the boss for me. Cause as soon as we got to the end, I immediately knew everything was going into keyblades, use focuses to get 6s for everything else. Oh my gosh. That was a crazy run. That was freaking insane. Well, we finally beat Inventor, and yet we still don't have the 6 contestants, so I don't know what you need to do to get them. Maybe it's like do all the second episodes and this happens. I don't freaking know. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I don't even want to look through these because all of these are like, here's like other stuff for other contestants. And then there's like still a bunch of stuff in here that like I haven't even seen. There's bonus in this game. I didn't even know there was bonus in this game. And I'm like, I don't freaking know, man. But yo, that was an insane. Can you even do this for real? Use the same gadget 3 times in one. And that must be in a later Inventor episode. Yeah, I don't freaking know how to unlock the 6th contestant. Low-key, I might actually just look it up. I thought it was you just beat the first 5 episodes of the game. Or I guess the first episode with the first 5 contestants. And it's like, you get the 6th one. No lie, I'm actually gonna look this up real quick. I'm gonna look this up before we close out for today. And yeah. But bro, that was an insane run. Bro, we freaking did our thing with that. That was crazy. What? This is insane. Are you serious? Okay, so apparently the 6th contestant is Jester, one of the enemies that we fought. But to unlock Jester, you need to defeat Jester on every floor. But I don't know how you even do that. What? How do you... Dog. How do you even defeat Jester on every floor? You can't get Jester to spawn multiple times in one run, can you? I don't even... Oh, no way the Jester can be a boss. Are you serious? See, I thought it was interesting that we did get to see Jester, because I was like, oh, it's the guy from the cutscenes. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. But now I'm like, what? Okay. We might not unlock Jester for like a minute. Never mind. What? Wait a minute. The Jester is a unique enemy in the game in that they increase in level when they are defeated. They increase in level when they are defeated. Wait a minute. We fought him on floor 5, right? So on floor 5, I was level 5. Does that mean that the next time I do any episode that he'll be a boss? If that's the way that he works? That'll be interesting. In that case, the next stream's just a free-for-all of whatever I want to do. I've already done the first 2 Warrior episodes. I'm not interested in doing the 2nd Thief episode. Robot, oh, I've done the first 2 Robot episodes. I like Robot though. Robot's fun. Robot's like my favorite contestant. What is the 2nd Thief episode? Finders Keepers. Rules. You can keep enemy equipment after each fight. Oh, that's actually not that bad. Oh, we might do that next time then. What's the Inventor's next thing? Double Rubble. Find extra equipment. Start with double equipment and upgraded hammers. Make twice as many. That sucks. That's trash. Yeah, God, no. This is probably equally bad. Expect the unexpected. One spell slot contains a completely random spell each turn? Well, say goodbye to whatever synergy you thought your spellbook had. Heck no. Okay, well, the next time we might do second Thief episode? Because it just seems like the easiest thing that's incomplete to do. I wouldn't mind doing that. Yeah, I think that's what we do. If that's the way that Jester works, well, I guess how many runs have we done? 1, 2, well, I guess how many have I done? Because I haven't done all of these on stream. So 2 here, well, 2 that are runs that I've won. Because that must be what makes Jester increase level each time, right? So 2 there, 1 here, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I guess Jester's not guaranteed to appear on every run then, because then that just means that after 6 episodes, you would have fought the Jester as the boss by then. But I guess they want you to do some repeats at some point to get Jester to show up as a boss. Okay, sure. Well, yeah. I guess we just do the second Thief episode next time then. Sorry about that, just had a little thing come up, but yeah, I guess we just do second Thief episode tomorrow then. Tomorrow, so whenever I stream next. I don't think I'm gonna stream tomorrow, but next time. Yeah, I think that's the goal. I'm just like, really? That's how Jester works? And, I mean, once again, we've won 7 runs, so if Jester appeared on floor 5, and I assume whatever floor you're on matches whatever level you are if you fight all the enemies, then I should have been level 5 on floor 5. Which means that if Jester increases level each time he's defeated, then the next time we see him, he should be a boss on the final floor. So I'm just like, okay. Oh, I guess that's the other thing. Is he guaranteed to be the boss of the very next run that you do after defeating him on floor 5? Is he guaranteed to be the boss on that next run? And I guess we don't know that yet. And we'll just have to play and find out. Fun. I'm still kind of reeling from how crazy that run was, though. Like, it was getting down to the wire. It was that serious. It was that crazy, man. Like, if that fight with the snowman would have gone any different, instantly lost. Also, if we hadn't bought that apple from that one shop on floor 5, we would have been lost. Everything. Bro, that's literally the Doctor Strange one. Like, I'm Tony Stark. I'm talking to Lady Luck like, how many of the 14 million timelines did I win? She looking at me like 1. That was the one. That was my freaking endgame. Holy cow. If anything else would have gone differently, I think I could have afforded to take maybe 1 more damage, because I think I ended that fight with like maybe 4 health against the snowman. Well, I could have afforded to take in 3 more hits then, so you could have rolled like 3 more odds. 3 more 1s, correction. If he would have rolled a single 3, or he could have rolled a 3, I suppose. If he would have rolled a single 5, it would have been up for me. But bro, seriously, that snowman fight was way more difficult for me to strategize against than the boss, especially considering, oh, well then maybe it is good that I went into the snowman fight with the magic dice instead of being like, save magic dice for the boss. Because I ended up not even needing gadgets for the boss. Combining the limit break of Inventor for one, with the innately insane style, or with the insane deck that we already had been building since, like, what, the beginning floor? Because we kept Hammer all the way through. Hammer never left our deck. It never even moved spots. Hammer was always there. We held on to that sucker from the beginning to the end, which I guess makes sense, because, like, when you look at the character, it's like, wow, they always have a hammer! We always kept the hammer, guys! Wow! So, you know. But, like, wow. That was crazy. That was wild. Okay. I think we satisfied what I wanted from last stream this time. I kept saying I wanted the big brain plays, especially because I did a witch run on my own. This Inventor run gave me those big brain and high level plays in spades. And I'm happy about it. But dang, that snowman fight may as well have been the boss for me. Because as soon as we got to floor 6, instantly a non-issue. Just use the deck that you had been building and keep going. And I did. It's really the grace of God that I even won that run, bro. That's gotta be my craziest run in Dicey Dungeons yet. I think one of my most fun runs was definitely my first robot run, and definitely the run in which I turned into Burr. And I'm not gonna lie, the witch run that we did last stream was also pretty fun too. But this one, that's gotta be the craziest one, the most engaging one. That was wild. Hats off to the Dicey Dungeons team, man. That's insane. That was some synergy with that run. I gotta tip my hats off to you. But yeah, whew. That was a crazy run. I was on the edge of my seat the whole way through. Cause I'm like, I would like to win today, please. You know? But yeah. Wow. Anyway, even though the title of the stream was Road to 6 Contestants, did not find the 6th contestant, but thanks to the internet, now we know how to find him. And we may find him next time. And I'm actually glad that I did look that up, because if he does end up being the boss of the very next run after you defeat him on a successful run that has him on floor 5, if he's guaranteed to be the boss of the next run that you do, then I'm glad that I would be able to catch that on stream instead of I play a run on my own time. It's like, guys, I found Gesture through some weird reason, and I wouldn't even know why too. So I'm actually glad that I looked that up. Anyway, I think I'm rambling now, but just wow, this was a crazy stream. For the 3rd Dicey Dungeon stream I've done, it was really freaking good. So yeah, next time though, we got a little boy to put on this 6th dice right here. Hopefully. We'll see. And if not, we'll just do a thief run for fun. And then after that, because I legit hate Inventor and Witch that much, I may just go back to the first 3 contestants and only do runs with them. Worse Than a Curse? This is actually not bad. I've tried my hand at Worse Than a Curse before. I could probably beat it. This is just the game is harder. I could definitely do the elimination round. This sucks. I've tried this one time. Uptick is crazy. And then robot. Oh yeah, we have tried You Choose You Lose. That's just difficult. If the 4th episode of a contestant is always the elimination round, bruh, real talk, might just do that. I might do that next time, actually. I like robot, what can I say? I might do the elimination round with robot next time instead of whatever this one is, Finders Keepers with Thief. Actually, no, because I do want to get these 3 up to the first 2 episodes done, and I may just keep these 2 down to the first episode done for the rest of time, because I hate their playstyles. I freaking hate the way that Inventor and Witch are. Well, unless I want big brain plays. Inventor requires more big brain plays than Witch, even though the difficulty says otherwise. Witch is difficult, but I feel like Inventor is way more difficult than Witch. That's a bit misleading, in my opinion. The developers clearly think otherwise. But yeah, we can do this, and then I guess we'll find out, is Jester a guaranteed boss, and if not, then we can do elimination round with robot and see if we'll find him then. But yeah, I've been doing way too much rambling, but this is a good stream. And next time, Thief. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's the quit button. That's not the stop streaming button. I was so ready to click quit, and I'm like, that's not the button I clicked to stop streaming. That's on OBS. Let me click that instead.